Hey everyone, this is Hippie Flower Girl, and this is the process that I follow in order to make agar plates. So I use glass petri dishes. I don't use a pressure cooker. I just use a steam bath, and yeah, I use light malt extract agar. So these are the results I have gotten previously. So yeah, without taking too long, let's get started with the video. Okay, so first let's preheat the oven. So as you can see here, I'm just quickly preheating the oven. I'm putting it at 150 degrees, and I think I'm going to do it for 20 minutes. After that, we have to clean the petri dishes. So as you can see, I have my petri dishes laid out. Here I have rubbing alcohol from Discam, and my paper towel. Leave a comment if you know where Discam is from, if you can spot my country. So yes, as you can see, I am just going to be cleaning the petri dishes one by one and stacking them on top of each other. Okay, so let's have a look at how I do that. I originally cleaned the outside as well, but then realized it really doesn't matter because the inside needs to be clean. So yeah. Okay, now that I've cleaned all my petri dishes, I'm going to wrap them up in some aluminium foil. So I am opening it. As you can see, it's a bit of a struggle because it keeps tearing, but we get it right eventually. Yes, there we go. Okay, so I'm just opening it up, and then I'm going to place the petri dishes in the foil. So this just helps to keep them together while they are in the oven, and the foil also helps to keep the germs away. Just moving my camera. So I'm just going to put them down. It's a bit tricky because I don't want to break any of these because they are very expensive, and I've already broken a few in the past. So I'm just placing them in order, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Here you can see I've wrapped it up, and now I'm placing the 2 tubes of petri dishes into the oven, and I'm going to let them cook for about 20 minutes. I'm setting my timer so I don't forget. And now let's move on to the next step to make the agar. Okay, so first we have some light malt extract, some agar powder, and then the glass bottle that I will be putting it in. And this is some old agar that I'm just gonna steam bath one more time. And this is how I know that it works. There is a hole in the top of that bottle for some airflow. So let's quickly look. Okay, so we have 5 grams of agar powder, and I'm putting it into a cup. It's a bit of a struggle, but I have cute slippers, so let's keep watching them. And over here we are going to be adding the light malt extract, so I will be adding 10 grams. I have divided the original recipe because I don't need a liter of agar, I only need about 300 grams. Okay, so now we have that in there. We can see that my cup has a mark for 330 milliliters, so that is where I will be pouring my boiling water in. So as you can see, there we go, we've poured it in. I'm just checking to see if it is enough, and then I'm going to stir it. Okay, Okay, next I'm adding some food coloring because I like colored agar. This is completely optional and you do not have to color your agar. It's just a nice contrast. Okay, mix it up. Now I will pour it into my bottle. Use a funnel. It makes everything so much easier. As you can see, we get that beautiful blue liquid that reminds us of psilocybin. So yes, I'm just filling it up. I did mess a bit, but it doesn't matter. Everything that is dirty can be cleaned again. Okay, I did pour some agar out and now I am attaching the lid. There is a hole on top. So we will add some micropore tape over that. This is just to help with the steam and everything. So just close it up and then we're going to add some aluminum foil over here and then we're going to secure it with a rubber band. And there we go. On to our next step, sterilizing the agar. So first I place some paper towels in the pot and then I place my 2 empty glass jars. This just helps to keep the agar upright so that they don't spill. And then I place in my 2 agar bottles and had to move them a bit, but then I place in some water. You can place boiling water and then I put on the lid and I set my timer for 90 minutes. After that, I will prepare our still air box. So here I have some soapy warm water. I will add my towel in there, let it soak it up a bit, and then I'll wring it out. So here we have the soapy towel on a table, and now I am moving the petri dishes. They are extremely hot, so please be careful when you move them out of the oven. Do not burn yourself. Yes, my hands are still full of soap. Okay, so here I've placed the still air box over the 2 things and I will wipe down the still air box while I'm waiting for the petri dishes to cool down and for the agar to finish their steam bath. So after I have wiped down the still air box, I will spray some rubbing alcohol into the still air box and this will drag down any molecules that are floating in the air and they will sit on the towel. Now let's pour the agar. Okay, so here we go. These things have cooled down considerably. So I'm just opening up the petri dishes. Be careful, they are hot and you would like them to stay in their form. So I'm just packing them into my little stacks. I realize that 5 stacks are enough. Okay, so here I'm just opening the second one. So there we go. Now I'm going to pour the agar. Okay, so this is how I prefer to pour it. Well, first I make a few mistakes. But let me just open this. It takes forever all the time. So let's have a look. So first I make some mistakes. So here I'm just moving them so that they're nice and center. So I pour in the agar. I pour in sometimes a bit too much and I mess. So this is a mistake. I try to move it. As you can see, I messed. Don't do this. So I try it again. There we go. And I try to move it a little bit more gently. It did work, but it still messes everywhere. So then I try the other method that I forgot, which is the best method to use. So that's when you take the bottom lid. Oh, still not. Still making mistakes here. Okay. Anyways, let's do the last one. As you can see, I am messing. Luckily, this all did wash out eventually. Do not leave the food coloring for too long. Okay, so now the second stack of petri dishes. So here I use the right method where you take the lid. Oh, see, now I think. So now you take the lid of the petri dish below, you pour in your agar, you place the stack, take the lid below, just make sure they don't fall. And this is why I only stack about 5 because the glass is heavy and slippery and I don't want to mess the agar on me because it is still quite hot because it is still liquid. So yes, and then I repeat this with the 4 stacks. Okay, and now I'm going to pour the last one. I did repeat this process until all my petri dishes were filled with agar. So then I leave them to set. After that, I will either inoculate them with some spores or I will put them in the fridge and use them for another day. So, yes, that is the process that I use. I've had great success. So, if you'd like to see more mushroom cultivation videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you like this video, please give it a like. And the whole thing will be written out on my blog that is also linked below. So, thank you so much for making it this far.